zone.
What up, players? It's the morning after with Nick and Big J. We've made it to Tuesday. We've made it to the 25th day of November 2025. Just 2 shopping days left before Thanksgiving, Big J.
What?
I hope you're ready.
Who says that?
I do. I'm starting new trends. I like to think us trendsetters on this show.
Hey, get all your stuff.
Yeah. Listen, if you don't think you have to go shopping for Thanksgiving, you're wrong. I mean, it's a grocery store, but you're going to have to make a run or two, I promise you. If you plan on celebrating Thanksgiving the right way. I mean, who's got all the ingredients ready to go at their house for a turkey dinner and a Thanksgiving dinner for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you might have some stuffing in a box somewhere. You might have the makings for a nice gravy, but you keeping turkeys like stacked up, ready to go in your garage freezer, dude?
No, I try not to.
So you only
have nothing to do with no turkey.
2 shopping days left until Thanksgiving, man. And you are preparing. Do you know what you are tasked with making for Thanksgiving for the family?
Yeah, I'm making a smoked mac and cheese.
All right.
And I think some brisket.
Okay.
So.
Are you going to have to run to the store for that?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, see? Look at. Then my statement rings true, even in your very own household. So hopefully you have some wonderful Thanksgiving plans, and we can be your fun little lead up to that particular day with you and your family, your loved ones, or your friends, or whatever the case may be. But we have an opportunity for you to hang out with us and enjoy the broadcast. And you do so by taking part in it, Big J. We encourage participation, do we not?
We need it.
And
demand it.
Big J is going to watch a movie tonight. And that movie he watches is entirely up to you. You will pick it for him. And we're going to need your help with that, called Streaming Dumbass. That's coming up in just a little bit. All those decisions we made before 7 o'clock. We're going to need your help partaking in some fun and contests for you to win prizes, including tickets to go check out Trivium and Ginger this Saturday at the Revolution Concert House and Event Center. We are qualifying people for the X's Holiday Treasure. It's an opportunity for you to win your share of 10,000 American dollars. We're doing that giveaway on December 15th at the Renegade Hotel in downtown Boise. We are very excited for that.
Ooh.
I mean, it's far, far, far too fancy for us, but I look forward to dirtying that up a little bit.
Over the summer, I went to a wedding.
Yeah.
Our good friend Derek Solik. That's where the reception was.
Yeah.
And it is super swanky.
And
man.
you were rubbing elbows with celebrities at that wedding.
Yeah. Rob Van Dam.
That's right.
Johnny Nitro.
Who else?
That's it.
Oh.
That was only... And Derek.
That counts as far as I'm concerned.
I count it.
And so, it's going to be a lot of fun. We need you to be there, but you do have to get qualified in order to get an invite. And so we're going to give you an opportunity to do that around 7:45. We're going to have a visit today from our friend Dana Betts from Layla's House, a wonderful nonprofit here that helps out the autism community. She's got a wonderful raffle that's going off right now to help secure some funds for the holiday season. We're going to educate you a little bit about that. And then we're going to play some music, Big J. Music like a band that you maybe have heard of before.
Oh, yeah.
Let's kick things off with some Metallica. It's Wherever I May Roam on the X Rocks.
Big J.
Listen to me, Big J.
Okay.
Important stuff is brought to you by Peterson Chevrolet. Coming up on Friday, it is Black Friday. All week long, Peterson Chevrolet has their Black Friday sale going on. And to help celebrate that, the X and Jason Drew are going to be broadcasting live this Friday from 11 to 1 on Black Friday for a chance to win some great stuff from the X-Rock stock as well. If you buy a new vehicle in stock there at Peterson Chevrolet, you get to select a pretty high dollar gift from Peterson. Just in time for the holiday season. It's like a doorbuster, but like super high quality doorbusters that go along with your vehicle. You can find a great selection of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs by joining the X this Friday, 11 to 1 for a live broadcast. The great Black Friday deals going on all week long at Peterson Chevrolet, 12300 Fairview at the intersection of North Cloverdale and Fairview in Boise. So join Jason Drew this Friday, and let's have some fun on Black Friday together, courtesy of Peterson Chevrolet and the X.
Oh, yeah.
Big J, without giving away my assassination coordinates, I live in Meridian. You understand?
Yeah, I know exactly where you live.
And
I'll give them away.
My surrounding area has been a true nightmare over the last calendar year for lots of construction. There used to be 3 different ways in and out of my kind of subdivision. There now is one, and it's about to be, at least from the map that I'm looking at, 0. Because the starting on December 1st, they're going to shut down Ustick Road between 10 Mile and Linder Road. And it is expected to remain closed all the way until summer of next year.
Yeah. horse bleep. It'll be longer than that.
They have been working on that stretch of the Treasure Valley for, by my estimation, the last 14 months. It's been there has been some form of construction and various shutdowns in that area for a while. Of course, they're building that extension of the freeway there in that particular side of things as well. But they're also widening out Ustick Road, close between 10 Mile and Linder. They're making that 4 lanes. And then they're also kind of building like a weird connector. And they're doing a bunch of work on 10 Mile north of Ustick as well. But it's going to be, like, looking at the map that they have released yesterday, that ACHD did, it's going to be really, really difficult for you to get around that area for the foreseeable future. If that is something that is in your wheelhouse or you're in that area or that's part of your commute, you're going to have to use McMillan Road or Cherry to basically work your way around it.
Because they're usually under construction as well.
Correct.
This is the problem, and I get it. We have to build up the infrastructure, more people, etc., but like the routes between east and west of the Treasure Valley, there's construction on almost every one of those major thoroughfares. And it's like, come on, guys. You need to plan better because it is a nightmare in the afternoon in particular, and probably the morning as well. I mean, I only feel it more in the afternoon because I'm out there.
No, it's a nightmare all the time.
East to west is, forget about it. It is just a clog, and it just seems like bad planning to me.
Well, and not only that, but just for, obviously, because I live in this area, I am experiencing it a lot more. But, not only that, but because of all the detours and things like that they have, it is increased traffic in various subdivisions because that's how people are working their way around it. But also, because of it, it's got such a buildup that it is impossible to get in or out of these turns into housing developments because everybody's all backed up and it's really, really, really bad. And the other side to this coin is, and I know we're just jumping on and piling on and bitching at this point, but
what we do.
They take so long. It's never 2 weeks where they're shut down. It's always months and months on end.
Yeah.
The end of my street has been under construction for, again, 14 months. And I can't tell, I'm sure they're getting stuff done, but it's man, it was supposed to be done at the end of the summer. And here we are, and it's it doesn't look anywhere close to being done. And so it's boy, I mean, not only that, but these timelines are always messed up too about how long these projects are going to take.
It's always a lie.
And I understand weather and all sorts of stuff play a part in all that, but it's hard not to go, yeah, right, summer of 2026, I'm sure.
Yeah. 2 things we know, will never be on time. A video game release and construction in the Treasure Valley.
That's right. That is
construction.
Correct. Big J, Chris Paul is hanging up his sneakers, dude. He has announced that at the end of this season, he is going to retire. And while he hasn't won an NBA championship yet, and he probably won't this season with the way the Clippers are playing, he's done pretty well for himself. He is a 12-time All-Star, a 6-time steals champion, a 5-time assists champion. He finished in the top 5 in the MVP voting 5 times. Plus, he's one of only 6 NBA players who have earned at least $400 million in their playing careers. You know I'm going to ask you who the other ones are, Big J. Please, rattle some
off. Who the
up.
other ones?
Yes, that have made... I can tell you, I'll give you this hint. They all are currently playing in the league.
Yeah, I'm going to go Kevin Garnett.
1.
LeBron James.
2. Chris Paul is 3, obviously.
Yeah, Chris Paul.
So you got 3 more.
Who's the other old head that's still around?
They're all old heads.
That is Westbrook?
No.
He's done?
Good guess, but no.
Okay.
He's not done, but he's not making that much money.
Akupo?
Who?
The Greek freak? I can't say his last name.
Giannis? No.
Yes.
He hasn't made that much money.
I don't.
Steph Curry, of course.
Oh, Steph Curry.
James Harden. And Paul George, the other players that have made $400 million
Good for them,
in their playing career. Big J, you mentioned this during your bad impressions a couple of days ago, maybe it was a week ago or so, but Hulu has a show out called All's Fair, starring Kim Kardashian and a bunch of other people. Tiana Taylor, who may walk away with an Oscar this year, Glenn Close, Sarah Paulson, Naomi Watts, Niecy Nash, Big J, former in-studio guest of The Morning After. But it is probably one of the worst reviewed shows of the year.
I mean, with that kind of cast, I almost wonder if it's getting review bombed because it's the Kardashians.
Who knows? But the problem, I guess it's not a problem, but despite the reviews, eyeballs are still on it, and so Hulu has renewed it for a second season because the viewership numbers are good. And while, yes, even the critic score is terrible, but even the audience score is not that great. But people are watching it because it's got a bunch of people that they enjoy in it. But it's a drama about divorce lawyers. And
what a fun life to lead.
And it was the biggest original scripted series premiere in 3 years for Hulu, so they've got a bunch of people on it. It currently holds a 3% rating on Rotten Tomatoes after starting at 0%. But the audience score isn't much better. It's only 23%, but a lot of people are watching it. And so they hate watch it too, I think is what it is. And they're like, oh, maybe I get something to make fun of. I don't know. Season 1 consists of 9 episodes, 5 having aired so far. New episodes are on Tuesdays through December 9th if you want to jump on board the hate train of All's Fair, because it's coming back for another season. It's making another tour, baby.
Oh, my God.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your first round of important stuff. It is the X Rocks.
Here's traffic. To the old, we're digging deep into the depths of Netflix. It's Streaming Dumbass on the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Treasure Valley, we need your assistance. Big J has been cursed. He has lost the ability to pick out movies for himself. TV shows, sure. Movies he's seen before, absolutely. The latest old person show on CBS, 100%. But what he can't do is pick out movies for himself, which is why we need your assistance. We are going to give you 3 opportunities to pick out a movie for Big J. The question is, which one do you want him to watch? You're not going to get the title. You're not going to get the stars, at least not yet. You're only going to get the plot description given to us from the streaming platform on which you can find these films. But based on that particular description, you have to decide which one of the movies do I want Big J to watch. You do so by texting in movie number 1, movie number 2, or movie number 3 to 208-287-1003. Streaming Dumbass, as always, Big J, an exercise in democracy. The movie that gets the most votes, that's the one you agree to watch with no questions asked, right?
Well, there's lots of questions.
Sure.
I still do it.
But at the end of the day, there is a verbal contract that you must back up. And, of course, the more people that vote, the less likely there is a tie, because we hate ties around here. So whether you want Big J to watch a movie you think sounds interesting or you want to torture him with a terrible-sounding movie, it's entirely up to you. We do not question your motivations. Big J might, but we just want you to participate. So get ready to vote based on the following movies. Movie number 1. A couple's first ever romantic getaway hits a pretty big block when the gentleman casually confesses he doesn't want to have a relationship anymore.
Oh.
So to what lengths will a desperately single woman go to convince him he's wrong? Movie number 2. 3 distant sisters reunite in New York City for the first time in a long time. Tensions rise as they confront past issues, aiming to heal family bonds amid laughter, and maybe even some tears. And movie number 3. Robert Grenier, Big J, lives all of his years in the forests of the Pacific Northwest. He works on the land, supports his family, but then he finally decides he wants to help create a new world. But will it turn out the way he hoped? Movie number 1, Please Stay With Me. Movie number 2, Family Reunion. Or movie number 3, We Can Do Better. These are your choices. Which movie would you like to Big J to watch? Movie number 1, movie number 2, or movie number 3? Start texting to 208-287-1003. We will tabulate these votes, let you know the name of all 3 movies, including the one that you selected for Big J to watch. That's going to happen next on the X Rocks. Rage Against the Machine, Bulls on Parade here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. Let's wrap up Streaming Dumbass. Have the votes been tabulated, Big J?
They sure have.
We got ourselves a winner?
We do.
Wonderful. Then let's go in reverse order and reveal the names of all of the movies that were possibly up for contention this week. What movie got the least amount of votes?
The least amount of votes being 0. Movie number 2.
Damn, take that, former guest of the Morning After, Natasha Lyonne, and, of course, the Scarlet Witch herself, Elizabeth Olsen. They star in a movie called His 3 Daughters that's available on Netflix that nobody seems to be interested in, so you will not be watching that one. What movie got the second most votes?
Movie number 3.
Movie number 3 is the highest ranking movie of the bunch in terms of popularity on Netflix, if you trust their top 10 list. This one is a new movie that is currently the number 5 movie on Netflix. It is called Train Dreams, Big J. It's got Joel Edgerton in it, which I believe you're a fan of. And William H. Macy is also in that film, who we just saw in The Running Man.
I thought he was dead.
No.
I saw him in The Running Man. I'm like, I thought he was dead.
But that is available on Netflix if you want to try out Train Dreams, about a guy who decides to help out with the new world. Sounds like you're watching movie number 1.
Yes, overwhelming.
Movie number 1 is called Oh Hi. It stars Molly Gordon and David Cross, so that is the movie that you'll be watching. I cannot tell if I watched the trailer. I don't know if it's supposed to be a comedy or if it's supposed to be like a...
It'll be morose either way.
I don't think it's morose.
It's got David Cross in it.
It's definitely got some interesting angles to it. So... at least from the trailer that I saw, this woman was taking the dude hostage. So I don't know what is going to go on here, but it's certainly available on Netflix. So that's where you'll be watching it. If you want to play the home game, that's where you can find the movie Oh Hi. You can watch it and then tune in tomorrow to see if your movie matches Big J's review.
Not the sequel to The Room.
It is not the sequel to The Room. Which The Room? The Brie Larson movie?
No. Literally The Room.
Oh, there's no hostage being taken in The Room.
No, I mean Oh Hi.
Oh, Hi, Mark.
Yeah.
Got it. No, I don't think so. Although I do not know what this guy's name is. Morning After with Nick.
Hilarious if it's Mark.
I mean, I thought you were referencing the Brie Larson movie because she is taken hostage in that movie.
No.
And I was like, whoa, deep cut for Big J. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your streaming dumbass. You can watch Oh Hi on Netflix if you want to join Big J. We got some important stuff next on the X Rocks.
Here's the light. Stories that are incredibly f***ed up. Oh man, we're going to hell.
Let's not kid ourselves. I'm going to hell and you know it.
The Morning After with Nick and Big J on 100.3 The X Rocks.
Time for a We're Going to Hell International, Big J.
Yeah, it's about time, man.
As we head over to Thailand for today's story.
Uh-oh.
Yep. And so I guess the first thing that we need to talk about when we're going to get into the details of the story is, depending on what region of the world that you are in, you need to know that people handle death differently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, not every culture has funeral homes and embalming and, wakes and things like that. There are different things that people do based on their culture, their backgrounds, their beliefs, all these kinds of things that factor in what happens when somebody passes away, Big J.
Mm-hmm.
And the story revolves around 65-year-old Wat Rat Pakun. And Wat Rat has been bedridden for the last 2 years, right?
Yeah.
She is a 65-year-old woman, and she has had a rough go of it for the last 2 years.
Oh, no.
So you can imagine probably the wave of feelings that kind of went around when about 2 days ago, her brother went into her room and realized that she wasn't breathing, right?
Oh, no.
And so, she's been bedridden. It's been a rough time. She's been very sick, and her brother had kind of mentally been preparing for this situation. So, obviously, the first thing that he decided to do was take the woman to a Bangkok hospital. And said, listen, my sister would have really wanted to become an organ donor, and so I would like to give you the body of my sister so that she could become an organ donor. But
harvest her organs, please.
The Bangkok hospital was like, listen, we understand your beliefs, but we cannot do this stuff without the proper paperwork. There's nothing signed by her saying she wants to do this with her body. Also, we don't have a death certificate, so we can't do these things without it. And so he's like, well, listen, you can't say I didn't try. So his next stop is to take the body of his sister in a coffin and head on up to a temple there in Upper Thailand where they do cremations and services for the dead, right?
Yeah.
So he then takes her to a temple there and talks to the temple manager, Pariat Sudhu. You know him.
No.
And as they're having this discussion, and he is about to tell the brother the same thing, and they're like, listen, we would happily do the services for your sister, but we can't do this without a death certificate.
Did you call a damn ambulance?
You have to understand that. And he's like, well, I guess I'll go get it. And as they're having this discussion, Big J, in the background, Parrot starts to hear,
oh my God, she's still alive!
And he's like, oh my God, is that knocking? And so they decide to open up the coffin, and sure enough, there's Wet Rat right inside the coffin, and her arms are moving around, Big J.
She's a zombie.
She's not a zombie.
Oh.
She was, in fact, breathing at that particular point, and she was opening up her eyes. And so, obviously, the temple manager was like, I was shocked. So we open up the coffin, And she must have been knocking for quite some time because her knuckles were bloody as well. It was a real Kill Bill scenario. You understand?
She's in a damn coffin.
And so, obviously, the next step was to make sure this poor woman who had been inside of a coffin without food or water for 2 days, as the brother had tried to come up with a way to dispose of the body properly, to his credit, to his sister's wishes, but didn't actually go through the process of declaring her dead, getting her medically examined, and getting a death certificate, which would make all this stuff happen. Probably would have been the first way that he would have discovered, no, in fact, your sister was still alive. And so they took her to a Bangkok hospital for treatment. She is apparently in stable condition, Big J, and the temple, because they're good people, they're covering all the medical expenses to make sure she's okay.
Oh, that's nice.
So it does have a good story. I mean, a horror story to be sure, as nobody wants to be in a coffin for 2 days and, probably incredibly weak from lack of food and, water, and trying to convince somebody that you're alive and nobody can hear you because your knuckle taps are so weak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it looks like Wat Rat is going to live for another day. And isn't that good news overall?
That's great news.
And just a reminder, make sure somebody is dead before you plan everything out.
Yeah, call, health officials.
Do something to make sure you're not making a mistake like this. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your We're Going to Hell story. It is the X Rocks.
Let's play the X's Naughty List to get you qualified for our holiday treasure on 100.3 The X Rocks.
First things first, let's say thank you to Buy-Mart. Thank you to CBH Homes. Thank you to Skog Law. And you know what? Thank you to the Renegade Hotel.
Yeah.
For helping us put together the X's Holiday Treasure, we have $10,000 in holiday cash we want to give to you. We want you to win your share of it. In order to do that, you got to get qualified for the X's Holiday Treasure so you can win some of this money. And you can join us at our big giveaway party that's happening on December 15th at the Renegade Hotel in downtown Boise. But it may not be as easy as you think to get qualified. You got to figure out Santa's twisted mind and why particular members of the rock community have found themselves on Santa's naughty list. Big J is going to point you in the direction of it. If you can figure out who is on Santa's naughty list with these particular clues, you are officially qualified. And I wish you all the best of luck. Big J, are you ready with today's clues?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Then 208-287-1003 if you'd like to play and see if you can get yourself qualified. Best of luck. Hello, the X. Hey, who's this?
This is Kobe.
All right, Kobe, you're up first. See if you can figure out who's on Santa's naughty list. You ready?
Yep.
All right. This Canadian finds his way on Santa's naughty list because back in the day, Santa is pretty sure he saw Mrs. Claus get on this guy's tour bus. Santa's heard stories from Big J. Good things could not have happened on that bus.
I'm going to need another.
He's also on Santa's naughty list because he's always trying to get you to look at this photograph. And Santa's sick of looking at it.
Is it Chad Kroger?
Oh, man.
Nailed it.
Well done.
Good job, man. Hang on 1 second. You have officially discovered that Chad Kroger has found his way onto Santa's naughty list. You are qualified for the X's Holiday Treasure. Well played. And you will be joining us on December 15th at the Renegade Hotel. Hold time. We'll get some details from you and make sure you know everything you need to know. And that's how it's supposed to work, Big J.
Yeah.
Now we find out that Chad Kroger's on the naughty list. That can't be good for him.
No.
He seems to have gotten a lot of beef from a lot of people over the years. Now he's on Santa's naughty list. That can't be great.
I feel like he's been on Santa's naughty list since he was a kid. So.
Could very well be. But he's on there still. And you know that Santa checks that list twice. So
checking it twice.
he
just
makes
like it
sure
says. Yeah.
he's got that information correct. Another opportunity for you to qualify right around this time tomorrow. We've got some important stuff as well as your pop culture smackdown on the way here on the X Rocks.
The globe in search of news. Important stuff.
Launch newsfeed.
On the morning after with Nick and Big J.
Important stuff brought to you by Peterson Chevrolet. Join Jason, Drew, and the X this Friday, 11 to 1. At Peterson Chevrolet on Fairview and Cloverdale for their big Black Friday sale. The X will be giving away stuff while supplies last, and buy any new vehicle in stock. you get to select a gift from Peterson Chevrolet. They got a great selection on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Perfect time to buy during their Black Friday sale that's going on all week long. But we'll be out there broadcasting live with Jason Drew on Friday from 11 to 1. Make sure you stop by Cloverdale and Fairview in Boise and Peterson Chevrolet for the fun. Big J, it is official. AI has taken over the internet, my friend.
Oh, really?
Yep, they did a study over there at Binghamton University in New York, and they wanted to find out exactly how much content, article-wise and internet-wise, is generated by AI. So they examined more than 650,000 randomly selected web articles. Here's the catch. They had to be over 100 words long. They went to local news websites, national news websites. They went to all sorts of just different random websites, and they tried to find out how many, news updates, how-to guides, lifestyle posts, reviews, product explanations were generated by AI. And according to the Digital and Data Studies Department at the university, 52% of all online articles are generated by AI now. There is no person that is putting that stuff together. It's all just kind of blurted out there, and who knows what's putting it out. Of course, this affects freelance writers whose works they previously relied upon to create blog posts, social media copy, these kinds of things, and all these people now are officially out of work because of it. So,
they're using it.
Huh?
Or some of them are using it.
What do you mean?
Using AI to do their work.
Yeah, odds are that's probably not the case, however. I mean, what they found out was it's usually not being credited to a particular author. So they're not like trying to cheat their way through the freelance writing job. They're just not getting them anymore. The research, of course, is raising questions about distinguishing human-written context between AI-generated articles. And as AI becomes more common, original human writing may become more valuable, but also probably much, much harder to get that as an everyday gig, whereas there were tons of freelance writers and bloggers and all those kinds of things before. But of course, heavy AI reliance will cut that down. It'll also narrow creative ideas and reduce individual writing styles. And so there's a lot of things that this impacts. But now odds are, if you're reading an article on the internet, it probably was written by AI and not by a human being. But good luck. That's the other part of it is we have a very difficult time distinguishing the difference, unfortunately. And that's more our problem than it is anything else. But also, the lack of people caring is an issue, too. New York Giants fans won't have defensive coordinator Shane Bowen to blame when the team blows yet another big lead. That is because Mike Kafka decided to fire Shane Bowen on Monday, just a day after the Giants blew another 10-point fourth quarter lead against the Detroit Lions in a 34-27 loss. It was the fifth time this season that the Giants defense has allowed at least a 10-point lead slipping away. That does tie an NFL record, Big J. Of course, his defense ranked 30th overall this season, so the Giants are making some moves and trying to improve. We'll see if this makes any particular kind of difference moving forward. Do you think it will, Big J? You're an NFL fan.
I have no idea. Good luck to him.
Scarlett Johansson will headline the upcoming Exorcist movie, Big J. Are you excited about this?
Yeah, I guess. Haven't watched the last couple Exorcists. So.
It's supposed to be a radical new take on the franchise. This one is going to be helmed by Mike Flanagan, Big J. Now, are you interested?
Yes.
The director of movies like Dr. Sleep and The House on Hill House, The Haunting of Hill House, I should say, that's been on Netflix. The man who's got a strong connection to Stephen King. He also put out The Life of Chuck this year, and he is excited to work with Scarlett Johansson on this particular movie.
I mean, how radical can you get?
I don't know.
Like, it's about exorcism.
But, I mean, maybe, here's the idea. The film is supposed to be set in the same universe as the 1973 original, but is not supposed to be a remake of it. You know, it's like different exorcisms that happen along these lines.
Parallel.
And, you know, it's crazy, but, like, as goofy as it sounds, the Exorcist movies, as little as we think of a cultural impact they've made in the last couple of years, like the one that came out in 2023 made $136 million.
Oh, yeah.
The one that came out in 2021 made almost $175 million. And, of course, the original film made $441 million globally and received 10 Oscar nominations. So this is like still a marketable and reliable franchise, and I think it feels like it's pretty smart to give Flanagan the keys to it. especially if he's got an idea, which it appears he does, that could make this thing a big deal again. Who knows? But The Exorcist, kind of like film franchise has been very profitable, although many would argue since the first Exorcist, there hasn't been a quote-unquote good one. So there's that.
Well, whatever you do, release this in December.
Yes. Stay away from October.
Yeah,
whatever you do.
Don't do it in October. Idiots.
I mean, the December could make sense. There is some religious undertones to The Exorcist. Maybe having it a Christmas movie, you never know.
No.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your important stuff. We'll have your Pop Culture Smackdown next on the X.
Here's traffic inside the TDS
Pop Culture Smackdown. Right. On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
And we're just a few days away from an awesome concert at the Rev Center. We're talking Trivium, Ginger, Harriet. It's the Ascend Above the Ashes tour. We're going to hook you up with tickets right here if you beat me in Pop Culture Smackdown.
Oh, you want to go to the show? Then you need to get on the phone, 208-287-1003. That is our number now and forever. And you call it when you want to take down Big J in Pop Culture Smackdown and claim these tickets for your very own. Do you think you have what it takes? I don't know. We'll see. I think Big J is going to go on a run today, personally.
All right, let's do it.
But we will see who is the last person standing when it comes to Pop Culture Smackdown. So I say best of luck to all of you. Big J, are you ready?
Yeah, man.
All right, then let's go to the phones and get ourselves a contestant. Hello, the X.
Morning.
Morning, man. Who's this?
Brandon.
All right, Brandon, you're up first. Brandon, what 2004 film, filmed here in Idaho, spawned a line of popular T-shirts reading, "Vote for Pedro"?
Napoleon Dynamite.
right.
That is correct. You're officially taking on Big J. Big J, what iconic musical does the song Look at Me, I'm Sandra Dee and Beauty School Dropout come from?
Wait a second. You said you feel I'm going to go on a run.
Yes, I feel
and
like
then
this
you
is
asked me a musical question.
Very easy question, in my opinion.
No, there's no easy musical question for me.
I feel like you tuned out the second you heard musical and didn't hear the rest of the answer.
I heard the rest of the question. I just don't know the answer.
Nothing? You don't know what Beauty School Dropout or Look at Me, I'm Sandra Dee is from?
Let's go with I mean, I see it. I see a thing. But I can't. It's just.
I mean, it's probably the most popular musical of all time.
Cats.
No.
All right, well, wrong. No. I was told that was the most popular musical
I
ever.
mean, from like a pop culture standpoint, not the longest running musical on Broadway. I mean, like, it was a Broadway musical, but there's been movie adaptations that were huge hits. A movie that is played constantly. They made a sequel to it. Doesn't
Les
help.
Miserables?
It started the career
those are the two I know.
of people like John Travolta,
Oklahoma,
and
Saturday Night Fever,
and Olivia Newton-John.
Oh, Grease.
There you go.
Right.
You got there. Congratulations, Brandon. You are going to go check out Trivium as well as Ginger on Saturday. Hang on 1 second.
You're hilarious.
We will make sure you're good to go and rocking and rolling on Saturday. Morning After with Nick and Big J. Your headlines are next on the X Rocks.
You are now a better person for knowing this. It's Headlines on the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
You ready for your headlines, Big J?
Yeah, I am.
They are as follows. Of course he is. Take that and gotta go.
Take that.
A robbery suspect remains hospitalized, Big J, after they were stabbed with a damn samurai sword during a Friday morning home invasion in Pennsylvania.
Jeez.
Police identified the subject as 35-year-old Marcus Armstrong, who attempted to rob a man at gunpoint outside of a Blackberry Alley home around 8:45 in the morning. And when the dude escaped inside, Armstrong decided to kick down the door and encountered the roommate, who happened to be wielding, Big J, a samurai sword.
Nice.
The roommate defended himself. He had a samurai sword, took a swipe at the suspect, and it was a pretty chaotic scene once police arrived. But Armstrong did run out of the place, but he was found bleeding heavily in an alley in a nearby street. They had to take him to the hospital. But yeah, samurai sword 1, home invader 0, Big J.
I hope it was a Hotari Hanzo. Hotari Hanzo.
I mean, my guess is it was probably one of those hanging on the wall, and you're like, we'll never have to use it. It's never sharp. But then you're like, listen, I got to defend myself. Somebody's kicking down my door. Let me break out the old samurai sword and give him the old hya and see what happens.
I don't think anybody, they when, if you break into a home or whatever, you don't want to find somebody there with a shotgun. I feel that's bad. I feel like the samurai sword is even worse. Like, it's just terrifying. because it's like sharp and I just, I'm scared of that.
I mean, I don't know. If I feel like I'd have a higher likelihood of surviving a samurai sword than I would a shotgun blast to the gut. But I certainly can understand. I would find both of them bad news if I were a home invader.
Yeah.
I would say. Of course he is, or gotta go.
Gotta go.
Tallahassee police arrested 38-year-old Joshua Hidalgo yesterday morning after he allegedly stole a forklift from a local school and used it to carry away an ATM during an early dawn ride through a residential neighborhood. Officers got a bunch of calls responding to reports of some heavy machinery rolling down the city streets at about 5 o'clock in the morning, and then they found Josh operating the forklift with the stolen ATM attached to it. When the officer approached, asked, quote, "What's up, bro? What y'all got going on?" Josh pointed to the machine and said, I dropped this thing over there. And then he ran off on foot. Police quickly apprehended him after a brief chase. Surveillance footage captured the ATM theft from a business parking lot. Officers recovered clothing and burglary tools believed to be connected to the incident. So now Josh is facing a bunch of charges, including grand theft, trespassing on school grounds, possession of burglary tools with intent to use. And I mean, listen, I can't imagine like taking a whole ATM as a successful endeavor. You know what I mean? Like those are hard to get into. They like have like little safes inside of them. Yeah. I mean, yes, there's guaranteed money inside, but like the success rate has to be incredibly low, right?
Plus, I would automatically just suspect that it's going to have GPS and stuff in it. And,
something.
I'm not some sort of heist operator. I don't know how to do that.
Right. It feels like it's a bad idea. But listen, rarely will I tell you that thefts are a good idea. So,
Desperation's desperation.
Yeah. We'll wrap it up with, of course he is. Big J, it is 2025, and maybe the most 2025 thing possible just happened. Vince Shlomi. Does the name sound familiar to you?
No.
He was the infomercial spokesman famous for selling the ShamWow. Remember the ShamWow towels?
Oh, yeah.
ShamWow! He has officially filed papers to run for Congress in Texas. He is challenging the 84-year-old incumbent John Carter, who has served over 20 years.
Retire, old man!
And he did announce his re-election bid this month, so he wants another stab at it. He filed, the ShamWow guy filed as a Republican. He says that his campaign is to, quote, destroy wokeism in Congress. And he wants to make America happy after being motivated by political infighting in the country. Now, for those of you that don't remember, Vince had a pretty significant and quick fall from grace as he was arrested in 2009 for aggravated battery following a fight with a sex worker that also bit off part of his nose. You remember that?
What is he, from Dirty Work? Was it a Saigon prostitute?
It did not say what the background of the sex worker was.
Bit my damn nose off!
But the mugshot is fairly famous on the internet. He did do an interview last about it in 2013 where he takes full responsibility for his actions and hopes he doesn't make any mistakes. But listen, this is what we do.
I hope I don't make any mistakes. But once I get into Washington, it's all gravy, baby.
And so even though he's listed on the state party website before December's filing deadline, he still hasn't filed with the Federal Election Commission yet. So we will see how this goes. But yeah, the ShamWow guy is running for Congress. And normally I would say there's no way we elect a guy whose only background is an infomercial and an arrest after having a fight with a sex worker. But I do fully believe that we are so obsessed with celebrity that anybody that we recognize would possibly get reelected in any position this day and age. And so I don't know how that's going to shake out.
Yeah. Clearly being a criminal isn't anything to stop you from running for office these days.
No. It's encouraged.
Yeah.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your headlines. You're up to date on everything. We got to recap the Morning After Fantasy Football League. Week number 12. That's next on the X-Rocks. It's time. We have no choice. The theme is playing. We have to recap the Morning After Fantasy Football League week number 12. Big J, we are making a run for the playoffs. It's about to start soon. We got about 3 weeks left in action before it begins. How did it turn out in week 12 for your team?
Well, Nick, going up against, running a chain on y'all, who I played in the very first game of the year, Nick. So drastically a different game altogether. We'll start with his defense, which scored some pretty good points. 17 points good from the defense, Nick. That was the Green Bay Packers. Incredible. Then he got the highest amount of points from Hunter Henry, his tight end for the New England Patriots.
Good game.
Yeah, 24.5 points right there. He got 14, almost 15 points from Devontae Smith, wide receiver for the Eagles. That about did it for most of his scoring. The rest of his players, including Lamar Jackson, under double digits. Now, I came into this battle with Ashton Genty, who I picked the first pick, Nick, and it's been up and down, though this week, thanks to him receiving the ball and running in for a touchdown, he got 24 points, so almost 5 points there, not bad. One of my flex positions, Chris Olave, wide receiver for the New Orleans Saints, got me 16 points. I got 10 points from my defense. I got, came down to the wire on Sunday night. Dak Prescott, my quarterback, getting me 28 points, Nick, giving me 114.26 points with running to chain on y'all at 112.2 points. So I took the win, baby.
And he had 2 quarterbacks on his bench that outscored his starter. And if you would have played it, it would have been an L in your column. Yeah. But hey, listen, sometimes you don't sit down Lamar Jackson. You know, nobody thought that game was coming against the Jets. So that is a good luck win for you. Congratulations on the victory. As Big J proved, sometimes it's not how good of a week you have. Sometimes it's how bad of a week the person that you're going up against had. Yeah, and that's the exact case for my team, Pickle Nick. I was going up against the Deadpool variants, who also beat me in week 1. But this time around, they only scored 49 total points, Big J.
Ooh, ouch.
It was a rough game for the Deadpool variants.
And they weren't even missing anybody.
No, I mean, Josh Allen had a terrible game coming off of his huge 6-touchdown performance. Aaron Jones had a bad game. Tucker, the wide receiver for the Raiders, had a bad game. Personal had a terrible game last night. Barely saw the ball. And he had a kicker in the lineup that was not even playing. That's an honest mistake because he didn't play last week. And they weren't sure if he was going to kick or not this week, and he didn't. And then he had the Raiders defense. He only had 49 points. So I didn't light the world on fire either. I had a good game out of Jacoby Brissett. He had 19 points. Decent game out of Breece Hall. I've been happy with him all season. Puka Nacua did okay as well. Great game out of the Houston Texans defense on Thursday. But I wouldn't have beaten anybody else in the league this week except for the Deadpool variant. So I understand how lucky I am in my matchup this week. I win 107-49. I am now 8-4 in the league, tied for the best record, but I have been screaming from the top of my lungs that I am a fraud. I continue to say this. And so
not right now.
I'm 8-4, but I'm again, it's like I have the lowest scoring teams up against me. So you look at the amount of points scored against you in the league, I have the least amount by a significant number. Yeah. So I know that I am much more lucky than I am good. But I am 8-4, and I am tied for the best record in the league, so I will take it. Who has the best record in the league? Well, that will be the team that once again is the high scorer of the league.
And the only person who has not given us their information. Come on, Dr. Bacon.
Team Dr. Bacon is slacking in that department because he's got a bunch of prizes he needs to claim.
I see he makes changes almost instantaneously. Go read your damn messages.
He has defeated Team Cult of Josh 169-123. Thanks to, Gibbs, the running back out of Detroit, had 55 points this week. He topped that up with 37 points out of JSN, the wide receiver for the Seahawks, who's the best in the league. He got 16 points out of Judkins before he even got hurt for the Browns. Otherwise, he would have went nuts. And then even when he picks up defenses that are terrible, it works out for him. He had the Saints defense going this week, and it got him 12 points. So everything's coming up Team Dr. Bacon with a 169-123 victory and another high score of the week award that he has failed to claim. This is the team to beat in the Morning After Fantasy Football League right now. Team Cult of Josh had a good performance out of Robinson, the wide receiver for the Giants, with 30 points, 21 points out of Michael Wilson, the wide receiver for the Cardinals, and 27 last night out of Christian McCaffrey, but tough to beat a guy that has 170 points against you. So that's a tough luck loss for Team Cult of Josh. 5-7 on the year. Team Dr. Bacon improves to 8-4. Elsewhere, the Great Bijan pulling up a nice win over Del 2, Nick and Big J0, 145-129. Matt Stafford and Devontae Adams teamed up collectively for almost 50 points in that game. A.J. Brown came back from the dead and put up 25 points for him this week and another 12 out of his Baltimore Ravens defense. Dell had Caleb Williams going for the Bears, who had a pretty good game. Derrick Henry performing well, and Pickens had a huge game for the Cowboys, but just couldn't quite pick up that W as he falls to 7-5 on the year, still in playoff position. Great Bijan evens up his record at 6-6. And finally, The Morning After Fantasy Football League does, in fact, from time to time, pit brother against brother. And Brad beat Matt 153 to 127 in this particular week's matchup. Thanks to picking up Wilson off the waiver wire, the Packers starting running back who had a big game for Brad, 27 points. James Cook had 22, another 30-burger out of Amon St. Brown. So you got Amon Ross St. Brown, excuse me. So he got a very nice game out of his pickups and did really well. Matty Ice, 127 points, nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
Big game out of Ray Rice. Or is it Ray Rice? Was it Rashid Rice, right?
Yes.
And the wide receiver for the Chiefs with 24 points in the Atlanta defense, getting him 16. But he did not do well with Rashid Wright, the running back for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That didn't work out too well. And CeeDee Lamb dropping touchdown passes last couple weeks has not been great for Matty Ice either. So he falls to 5-7, and Bone Thugs and Charbonnet improves to 7-5, which is tied for you. So right now, if the playoffs were to begin, Big J, you're still on the outside looking in, but barely, sitting at the number 5 spot. So you got to make a playoff push here to get in the running for the Morning After Fantasy Football League. Who do you face in Week 13?
Going up against the Deadpool variants here,
All right,
Nick.
well,
so that's a good chance.
We'll see how it all works out for you. I am going up against a team that faced you, running a chain on y'all. And we'll see how that works out for me in week number 13. Thank you to McCleary's Pub for sponsoring the Morning After Fantasy Football League. If Team Dr. Bacon ever sends Big J his information, he will be claiming a prize from them.
Multiple prizes.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. We got your bad impressions. They're next on the end.
Impressions.
So far, I'm not impressed.
On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Yeah, we got some tickets here. Trivium coming to town on Saturday at the Revolution Concert House and Event Center. Harriet coming and Ginger. So this is going to be a hell of a show and a Saturday night to boot. We're going to get you tickets to this for free. You just need to figure out bad impressions today, which, Nick, I will say is leaning into the Achilles heel of the Treasure Valley.
All right.
Sports.
You got to identify a sports figure.
Yes.
If you want to claim this prize, but if you think you got what it takes, 208-287-1003. Big J will give you 3 clues. If you can figure out who that person is in 3 clues or less, congratulations. Look at you. Going to a show on Saturday, enjoying yourself, having some fun on us.
Show.
Hello, the X.
Saturday night at the booth. We're going to get you tickets.
Sound good today.
It's for free. You
Hello.
just need to figure out bad impressions today, which Nick I will.
All right, listen, we tried. We did. Can't say we didn't. Hello, the X.
Hey, this is Dennis.
All right, Dennis, you're up first. Good luck.
Before being drafted into the NFL by the San Diego Chargers, I was a Purdue Boilermaker.
Next.
I was traded from San Diego to the New Orleans Saints. At the time, a death sentence for players, pretty much.
Next one.
Sean Payton relied on me to help take the Saints to the ultimate victory just after Hurricane Katrina devastated New Orleans.
No clue, man. You know we don't do sports.
He doesn't do sports, Big J.
Yeah, you don't.
It's not going to happen. Hello, the X.
I believe in everybody.
Okay.
How's it going?
Good, man. Here comes Big J with your clues.
Being drafted into the NFL by the San Diego Chargers, before being drafted in the NFL by the San Diego Chargers, I was a Purdue Boilermaker. I was traded from San Diego to the New Orleans Saints. At the time, a death sentence for players, pretty much. And last but not least, Sean Payton relied on me to help take the Saints to the ultimate victory just after Hurricane Katrina devastated New Orleans.
It's going to be Drew Brees.
There you go.
Good job, man. Hang on 1 second. We'll hook you up with those Trivium passes to go check out the show on Saturday. Why is Drew Brees in the news?
Mr. Drew Brees is among the newest semifinalists, Nick, for the Hall of Fame. Drew Brees, Phillips Rivers as quarterbacks. Then you got Frank Gore going in as a running back, possibly. Wide receiver, Larry Fitzgerald. Jason Witten. Those are your first-timers here in the Hall of Fame.
Who gets your nod out of that group?
I mean, look, Frank Gore, pretty accomplished. It was played forever, so I wouldn't mind that. Larry Fitzgerald was amazing, and I would probably say a shoe-in. You know, the wide receiver is crowded, man. Torrey Holt is in there, Steve Smith Sr., Hines Ward, Reggie Wayne. Jason Witten probably should make it easily, I would assume, as well.
I don't know if he's a first ballot. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if these guys are first ballot. I think Larry Fitzgerald is for sure. I think Drew Brees is for sure. I don't know if Phillip Rivers is a first ballot Hall of Famer. I think he'll eventually get in. But again, he played in that quarterback era, which was listen, who would you rather have on your team, Drew Brees or Phillip Rivers? It'd probably be Drew Brees in his prime.
San Diego, it was Phillips Rivers.
Sure. But then, they also played with Peyton Manning and Tom Brady and, and Aaron Rodgers and all these guys. You're like, I'd rather have those than these players.
Yeah.
And so that's where it starts to get really tough when you start comparing them with their contemporaries. But listen, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people that get into the Hall of Fame, and it'll be a great, wonderful class. Congratulations.
And sitting in between those guys, you've got the New England Patriot killer, Eli Manning, still sitting around.
Right.
So we'll see what happens with that.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. We will wrap up the show here next on the X Rock. Brand new from the Funeral Portrait. That is Dark Thoughts here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. Wrapping things up for us today. You guys selected a movie called Oh Hi for Big J to watch on Netflix tonight. He will do so and report back tomorrow and let you know what he thought about it. We also had a chance to blow out some Trivium tickets. That trend will continue tomorrow. And even got somebody qualified for the X's Holiday Treasure, which will happen once again at 7:45 on Wednesday morning. We encourage you to tune in for that. But that leaves you with the floor, Big J.
Hey, man, we are exactly 30 days from Christmas.
That's true.
I mean, it's right around the corner.
Are you ready? Are you prepared?
I don't think so.
Okay.
That, and then it's like, man, before you know it, dude, it's going to be 2026 already.
Yes, that
like,
is.
What the hell?
That is correct. We are at the end of the year, whether you want to believe it or not. But yes, it is most definitely true. So you better start preparing now, both mentally and physically for it. Otherwise, it'll sneak up on you like it did on Big J, and nobody likes that.
Nobody.
So make sure you're ready and you're rocking and rolling, and you have yourself a wonderful holiday season. But we're not going anywhere. You may turn in tomorrow, right, Big J?
Yeah, I'll be here.
Jason Drew's coming in next. We'll see you then. It's the X Rocks.